So let's really quickly review adding fractions. So if I had 1/6 plus, let's do um, yes, I did. Let's do 3/6. So if you have two fractions that have common denominators, Cash, we can find you a seat on the front if you want. Yeah, he'll switch you. So 1/6 plus 3/6 is 4/6. But once we get to this point, we can simplify, and we get 2/3. What if I had 1/6 plus 4/9? Well, you have to factor the denominators. 2 times 3 and 3 times 3. So what does my common denominator have? 1, 2, and a pair of 3's. I could put another 3 in there if I wanted, but then it will simplify out in the end, so we don't want to do that. Okay, so then we look at the left side. What is this denominator missing? So we times that by 3, and this side, a 2, times that by 2, so I get 3 plus 8. Now, when you get to this step, does it make sense to cancel the 3's and the 2's? No, in fact, that doesn't work. The only way to simplify if there's an addition is either combine them or you have to factor something out. So that's a really common mistake when you get to this point. And in fact, every time you get to this point, you can simplify the wrong way. So it's really 3 plus 8 is 11 over 2 times 3 is 6 times 3 is 18. And you can see that does not simplify. So I've found two worksheets that take this really slowly. So hopefully this makes a lot more sense than what I tried to do in my earlier classes. Okay, so look at the one that says like denominators. It's not, this isn't tough, but it will show you, it will remind you of some little tricks that we have to do in the end. So on number 1, we have common denominators. So all we need to do is add the numerator. What do you get when you add the numerators? 6x plus 2y, and it's all over 12y to the third. Can I simplify? I can factor a 2 out of the numerator, which becomes 2 times 3x plus 2y. And that 2 turns this into a 6, so it's 3x. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I know. No. What did I miss? Who? I'm not too worried. I have lost a marker. Oh boy. It's really been one of those days. Okay, so let's take a look at number 3. Hey, quit judging me. So here I have r plus 5 over 5r minus 25. But I need to know, does r plus 5 cancel anything? Well, resist the urge to say, oh, well, this is really nice. R and 5 and 5. No, that doesn't work that way. Okay? What you need to do is the top has no common factors. It doesn't factor in any way. So we have r plus 5 over 5 times r minus 5. Does it cancel? No. And do we put the denominator back together or not? And it depends on who you talk to. On one of the worksheets, they put them together. On the other worksheet, they don't. So as long as you know, it could either be one of these two things. Yeah, it just depends. Who knows? You'll notice on the answer sheets that they do it one way on the first one and the other way on the second one. So I don't really care. Okay, number 5. So what is the numerator going to be? 6x, not 2. 6x minus 10. Why is it 10? It's a subtraction problem. Now we need to check to see if the denominator factors. So I'm going to write, this is, well, can we pull out a number? No, so we have to do it the hard way. So we stick 3x in the box, and we stick 15 in the box. What's my next step? Times 3x squared by 15, and I get 45x squared. And I'm looking for factors of 45 that add to be negative 14. 9 and 5. Negative 9 and negative 5. So negative 9x and negative 5x. Amy, you get this? You're not even complaining. You're doing a good job. All I had to do was banish you to the back row and everything is better. Okay, so what does the top row share? 3x, so this would be x, and this one would be negative 3, and this one would be negative 5. So my denominator is x minus 3 and 3x minus 5. I can take a 2 out of the... Oh, sorry, you lost? Where are you... Well, but if we had 4 sixths minus 2 sixths, 4 minus 2 is 2, and it's in sixths. You don't subtract the denominators. The denominator just tells you how big each piece of the pie is. It's okay. That face looked really confused, so I'm glad we got that taken care of. We just call those Katie moments. You know, on Friday, you were the only person that the camera picked up on ETV that you could actually tell who it was, because you were in the corner of that dance, right? Yeah, you at the game. Did you dance at the game? You were on the corner, and that's where the camera was, so you're the only person that you could tell who it was. So you were on TV. You were? You were on there, but you didn't get to see it, right? Oh man, I feel sorry for whoever's listening to this. Forgot. I'm recording this. Okay, going back. So in the numerator, we can pull a 2 out of the numerator. So we get 2 times 3x minus 5. And the 3x minus 5's cancel, so the simplified answer would be 2 times x minus 3. Then you wouldn't get full credit. Aubrey, you lost? So I had a 6x minus 10, I pulled a 2 out. And that gave me 2 times 3x minus 5, which canceled, and I have 2 times x minus 3. No, no. Okay. Well, quit wiggling. Okay, so the numerator here is going to be 2n minus, or plus 12. Sorry. So this factors to be 2 times x plus, or n plus 6. Does the denominator factor? Two numbers that multiply to be 6 and add to be 7. So n plus 6 and n plus 1, and the plus 6's cancel. 2 over n plus 1. I don't know. Number 9, 6 factors. Okay, number 9. I don't know. I don't know. I'll show you the answers in a little bit, so hang on. Okay, number 9. X minus x is 0. Negative 5 minus negative 2, negative 3 over 6x squared minus 18x minus 60. Now let's be smart. Do I want to factor the denominator? Why not? Because if I create binomials, will any of those binomials cancel? No. There's only one thing I can cancel. And I could pull out a 6, but that doesn't make sense. I'm just going to pull out a 3. Because the only thing I have in the numerator is a 3. So if I pulled out a 6, then I'd have a 2 left over, and then I'd have to put the 2 back in. So there's no point in doing that. So I'm just going to divide everything by 3. Negative 1 over 2x squared minus 6x, that's a minus 20. Okay, now that worksheet is easy on purpose. I just want you to get used to adding and then putting things together. Take a look at the unlike denominator worksheet. Now, this works exactly the same way with the added step of finding the common denominators. That's the only step that we have to add into this. So let's take a look at number 1. Now, let's be smart. What is my common denominator? I argue it is not 6m squared. Well, if I look, a 3 and a 2 and an m and an m, so 6m squared looks like the real denominator, but I might as well simplify beforehand. So I'm going to get rid of one of those m's to begin with, because that way I don't have to get rid of it at the end. So it would be 6m. What is the left side missing? 2m, which becomes 4m squared. What is the right side missing? A 3, and 3 times 5 is 15. Nope, it's not an m squared. It's 4m squared plus 15, which does not simplify. If you would have done it the other way, we would have had 4m to the third and 15m and 6m squared, and they all share an m, and then you take it out. So we didn't want to do that. Okay, number 3. What is my common denominator?
2 on the one side,
so I need a 2 and a 3 and a y cubed. So 6y cubed is the common denominator. What is the left side missing? It has a 3. Could I times this by 3y? Or 3y to the third? Yeah, then I'd have to take out that 3 in the end, so we don't want to do that. So y cubed, so 5y to the fourth minus, what's the right side missing? Just, it's just missing a 3. So minus, oh, a 2. Don't listen to Jason. So 5y to the fourth minus 4x over 6y to the third. Yeah, and making these problems so they cancel is really, really tricky, and I don't know if any of these are going to or not. I stole this worksheet. I didn't make it.
plagiarism.
Totally. Yeah. Did I plagiarize what? I stole it. Totally. Okay. So number 5 is a little bit tricky. Number 5 has 2 different factors in the denominator. So we're going to treat each of those factors as though it was one number. So m minus 5 is part of the common denominator, and m minus 4 is part of the common denominator. So it's m minus 5 times m minus 4. Now, don't multiply those together, at least not yet, because there's a chance when we simplify that they're going to cancel. So the left side needs an m minus 4, and the right side needs an m minus 5. So my numerator is 6m minus 24, and don't forget that the 2m is negative. So it's going to be minus 2m squared plus, that's a 5, right? Plus 10m. So when that simplifies, I get negative 2m squared plus 16m minus 24. I want to pull out a negative 2. So negative 2 times m squared minus 8m plus 12 over m minus 5 times m minus 4. Well, not yet. What's that? Because we had negative 2m times m minus 5. Yeah, I just changed the order and simplified. Okay, does this quadratic simplify? Yes. Negative 2 times m minus 2 times m minus 4, m minus 5 times m minus 4. Those cancel. Oh, 2 and 4. Never mind. I can't math today. Okay, so it doesn't simplify. And the question is, do we put it all back together or not? And I think on this worksheet, the numerators, so we know the numerator is this, but they don't put the denominator together in the worksheet, and I don't really care. As long as you have one or the other, I'm happy. See how easy I am to work with. Okay. No, you don't. Number 7. So my common denominator is going to be x plus 3 and x plus 6. So this one needs an x plus 6, and this one needs an x plus 3. So 3x squared plus 6x minus 6x. Oh my gosh. I'm awful. Minus 6x minus 18. So that's going to give me 3x squared plus 12x minus 18. Somebody double check that. Now, this may or may not factor. So let's not draw the box. Let's just check and see if it's going to factor. 3 times negative 18 is negative 54. Oh, that's a good idea. Pull out a 3. So if you pulled out a 3, well, they would work both ways. So 3 times plus 4x minus 6. Is that going to factor? No. So nothing's going to cancel. So the answer is just 3x squared plus 12x minus 18 over x plus 3 times x plus 6. And again, if you want to put the denominator together, do, and who knows on the ACT which version you're going to see. So you just need it. You need to know how to convert between factors and quadratics, because they might give you the factors or they might give you the quadratic. You never know. What's that? Did you see one? No? Oh. I have them. Yeah, I could look at them. Our school had a 24% passing rate in math. I can tell you your number in just a minute. Okay, look at number 9. So, on this one, we can pull out a 6x squared, and we have x plus 6. So, my denominator is kind of big. It's x minus 4, 6x, and x plus 6. Now, let's do ourselves a favor. 6x squared, thank you. So, what is this missing? It's missing all of this. Am I going to waste my time multiplying that together? No, I already know what it is. So I'm going to times this one by 6x to the third plus 36x squared. And then this one gets an x minus 4. Good. Do you see what he's doing? Could we have simplified, let's go back, could we have simplified this? Yes. And a 3. So you can actually turn this into, so it'd be 1 over 2x squared plus 12x. And if you did it the other way, it'll just factor out in the end. So I'm going to times this by x minus 4, and I get x minus 4, and I'm going to times this by 2x squared plus 12x, which gives me 2x to the third minus 12x squared plus 12x squared minus 72x plus x minus 4. Double check that. I'm not on my A game today. Where did Alexa go? Right here. Is that what you got? So 2x to the third. Those cancel. Minus 71x minus 4. And then my common denominator is going to be those. X minus 4 and 2x squared plus 12x. Does that make sense? Okay, let me show you the answers. Oh my gosh. Somewhere I have them. There we go. No, not that one. Okay, there you go. Good luck.